Welcome, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're looking at something,
A little controversial.
yeah, a little controversial, definitely a hot topic. We're going to be talking about anime censorship, specifically on YouTube.
Yeah, this should be interesting. It gets pretty complex.
For sure. To help us navigate this whole thing, we're checking out a YouTube video titled, Why They Are Trying to Censor Anime YouTube.
Even the title is pretty loaded, right?
It is. Why they are trying to censor anime, Who is this they?
Yeah, exactly. Who are these mysterious they? Is it YouTube itself?
Right.
Or maybe advertisers?
Yeah, maybe. Or is it even, like governments getting involved? It could be a whole bunch of different actors, right?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the first things that's important to recognize. There are a lot of different groups that could be involved in censorship, and they probably all have, different motivations.
Right. And when you think about a platform like YouTube, they've got to walk a fine line. They want to keep their creators happy.
Of course, yeah.
They want to keep advertisers happy, but then they also have to set these content guidelines.
Yeah, it's really a balancing act.
And the video actually touches on that, right? Like how this pressure on YouTube can end up affecting the creators themselves.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They even use the term, I think it was trickle-down censorship, basically meaning if creators know that their video might get demonetized or something,
right,
they might just censor themselves even if they don't actually agree with the rules.
It's like this chilling effect, right? They're afraid to even push the boundaries. Did they give any specific examples of this in the video?
Yeah, they talked about, visual content, say there's a character wearing some kind of traditional Japanese clothing.
Okay.
Taken out of context, an algorithm might flag it as inappropriate, even though, in the actual cultural context, it's perfectly harmless.
It's a classic case of those algorithms just missing the nuance, which makes you wonder if even a simple cultural difference can trigger this kind of censorship. What happens when you start dealing with, themes that are a little bit more complex?
Absolutely. That's where things get really tricky. And then you have to remember, YouTube's a global platform.
Right, of course.
So what's considered, totally fine in one country might be totally controversial in another.
So how do you even go about creating a system that can somehow handle all of these different values and expectations, especially when you're talking about a platform as massive as YouTube?
It's the million-dollar question, right? And the video doesn't pretend to have all the answers or anything, but it does point out how much this whole back and forth affects both creators and viewers. Creators are constantly worried whether their work will actually reach its intended audience.
Right.
And for viewers, it could mean missing out on content simply because of where they happen to live.
And then you add AI into the mix, it gets even crazier. Yeah, AI is only going to get more and more sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to start playing an even bigger role in this content moderation. So it's not even just about the issues we're facing today, but what does the future of, creative freedom online even look like?
Right. Will we get to a point where it's algorithms deciding what's appropriate based on who knows what kind of data? And will that data be biased? Who programs that data? It's a lot to think about.
Absolutely. And not just for anime, but for all types of art and creative expression online. This is something we need to be thinking about.
It really is. So to everyone listening out there, think about it for a second. Imagine a world where it's the algorithms that are the art critics, the censors, the gatekeepers. What would that look like? What would that world be like? And maybe more importantly, what role do we play in shaping that future?
Lots to think about.
Food for thought. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
See you next time.
Until next time.